Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps, where millions of dollars change hands every hour and luck decides your fate. In September 2023, luck ran out for MGM Resorts International, one of the most powerful casino empires on Earth. Their slot machines went dark. Hotel keycards stopped working. Guests couldn't check in. The digital heart of Vegas was suddenly hacked. The digital heart of Vegas was suddenly hacked. It started like any other Sunday night. Tourists filled the casinos, cards shuffled, ships clinked. But behind the scenes, MGM's internal systems were under silent attack. At first, it looked like a simple network glitch. Guests couldn't check in. Digital room keys failed. Then slot machines across properties, Bellagio, Aria, Mandalay Bay, and others, suddenly went offline. What began as confusion quickly became panic. MGM's IT teams discovered this was no ordinary outage. It was a ransomware attack, one of the largest the gambling industry had ever seen. Reservation systems, websites, email servers, payroll, all frozen. Employees reverted to pen and paper. Guests stood in long lines for hours just to get room keys. Credit card terminals stopped working. The company's digital world had been taken hostage. The attackers used the notorious ransomware strain known as ALPHV, also called blackout. But the break-in didn't start with complicated malware. A smaller, younger group known as Scattered Spider had done the initial work. They specialized not in brute force code, but in manipulation, social engineering. Instead of hacking servers from afar, they simply called MGM's tech support, pretending to be employees. They tricked help desk staff into resetting credentials, handing the hackers direct access to internal systems. One phone call, 10 minutes, they were in. Once inside, they moved quickly, downloading sensitive data, escalating privileges, and deploying ransomware that encrypted critical files. Systems controlling everything from slot machines to reservation databases were rendered unusable. The attackers then handed control to ALPHV, who posted ransom demands and threatened to leak stolen data if payment wasn't made. The ransom note was blunt: "Pay up or we release everything." The demanded sum was in the tens of millions. MGM refused to pay. Instead, to contain the damage, executives ordered large parts of the network shut down. The result was operational paralysis. Guests couldn't use electronic keys, casino floors dimmed, and even some elevators experienced failures. Handwritten room lists appeared in lobbies. Staff worked manually around the clock to keep operations running. The company's choice not to pay came with immediate, severe costs. Within days, the story exploded across social media and news outlets. Videos surfaced showing long lines at reception desks, confused guests, and staff struggling with manual systems. Tourists complained of missing reservations and billing errors. Others posted footage of slot machines frozen mid-spin, rows of flashing lights, no payout. For a city built on spectacle and efficiency, it was chaos. Meanwhile, cybersecurity experts were piecing together how the attack happened. It wasn't a high-tech Hollywood-style hack. It was a phone call, made to an unsuspecting employee who simply wanted to help. That's the terrifying reality of modern cybercrime. The most dangerous exploits aren't digital. They're psychological. Just days before MGM was hit, Caesars Entertainment, their biggest rival, had suffered a nearly identical breach from the same group. Caesars reportedly paid the hackers roughly $15 million to restore systems and avoid data leaks. Their operations were back up in days. MGM took the opposite path. They refused to pay, betting on resilience over ransom. It took weeks to restore systems, costing them an estimated $100 million or more in total damages. To many, MGM's stance was heroic, a refusal to fund cybercrime. But others called it reckless, arguing the fallout hurt employees, guests, and investors far more than a negotiated settlement might have. This sparked a debate across industries. When ransomware hits, do you pay and move on, or fight back and risk collapse? They were shockingly young. Scattered Spider isn't the classic shadowy foreign syndicate. It's a loose collective of cybercriminals from the US, UK, Canada, even teenagers. They don't need zero-day exploits or genius coders. They exploit people. Their weapons? phishing, vishing, SIM swap, identity impersonation, and a terrifying fluency in corporate jargon. They comb LinkedIn, Facebook, and company sites for names, titles, managers, even internal slang. Then they call, sounding exactly like one of you. When they rang MGM, they had every detail about the employee they were pretending to be. The help desk agent thought they were helping a coworker. One reset, one trustful click, and they opened the gates. Here's how experts reconstructed it, step by step. Step 1. Scrape social media to identify MGM staff. Step 2. Map help desk procedures. Step 3. Call the support line, pose as a locked-out employee. Step 4. The support agent resets credentials. Now the attackers have a valid login. Step 5. They use it to access VPNs and admin dashboards. Step 6. Escalate privileges, install malware, and encrypt data. Step 7. AOPHV, the ransomware partner, posts the demand. From the first call to full compromise, less than a day. It was clean, simple, devastating. MGM refused to pay. That meant rebuilding, not patching, systems from scratch. For weeks, guests couldn't access loyalty points or booking histories. Employees worked 16-hour shifts filling out paperwork by hand. Operations ran on clipboards and phone calls. Financial losses? Staggering. Hundreds of millions in lost revenue, remediation, and legal fallout. But the harder number to measure was reputation. A company built on luxury and smooth tech was reduced to line forms and hand scanners, humiliating. Customers filed lawsuits claiming exposed driver's licenses, social security numbers, payment info. MGM insisted no critical financial data was stolen, but forensic reports showed the breach ran deep. Small vendors and local businesses that relied on MGM's systems were hit too. Payroll delays, canceled events, unpaid contracts. The ripple effects were huge. More than headlines, this was human. Employees feared layoffs. Guests lost trust. Cyber pros felt the pressure. The attack became a wake-up call for banks, airlines, hospitals, schools, any organization that trusts people more than procedures. Experts warned the economic cost of cybercrime would soar trillions by 2025, and MGM proved the point. Billion-dollar firms are vulnerable if staff aren't trained to question even a familiar voice. In the months after, MGM overhauled security. Zero trust architecture, stricter multi-factor authentication, continuous monitoring, and big internal awareness campaigns. The message: assume nothing, verify everything. But the truth is sobering: no system is unhackable. Social engineering evolves. With AI making voice cloning and impersonation easier, the next phone call hack could sound even more convincing. The FBI and international partners launched a cross-border investigation into Scattered Spider and ALPHB. A few members have been identified, but many remain at large. The group shifts names and methods, often mocking victims on dark web forums. These aren't lone basement hackers. They behave like organized businesses. There's irony here. Casinos prime their floors with thousands of cameras, facial recognition, guards. They can spot a card counter from a mile away. Yet they failed to guard their servers. The house that teaches risk management was outplayed at the one thing it hadn't fully guarded: human trust. This wasn't just a disruption, it was symbolic. If a phone call can shut down Vegas, what else is at risk? Hospitals, power grids, airports, places where downtime can cost lives, not only money. Las Vegas recovered. The lights came back, the slot machines hummed, guests returned as if nothing had happened. But the city learned a new rule of chance. In the digital age, luck isn't enough. Vigilance is. MGM's hack is now a case study in cybersecurity seminars worldwide. It taught a brutal lesson. The weakest link isn't a firewall or encryption, it's human trust. So what should companies do? Train people relentlessly. Enforce zero trust. Make help desk verification ironclad. Monitor continuously. Because cyber criminals will keep evolving, and as long as humans are in the loop, the game is never over. If you found this story eye-opening, hit that like button. It really helps more people discover the truth behind these modern digital heists. Drop a comment below. Do you think MGM made the right move by refusing to pay the ransom? And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into the wild world of cybercrime, tech, and modern chaos. Stay alert, stay curious, and remember, in the digital world, the house doesn't always win.